Well, alright, people, so I'm here with your Raw review. Let's get right into the show. So we start the show off with Shane McMahon returning, and I'm like, okay, this is kind of cool, you know. Who doesn't like Shane McMahon? Um, but it was very weird, you know. He's out there with that fucking goofball Adam Pearce, who I don't know what the fuck he's doing. He's a WWE official, but he's kind of the general manager. I don't know. Um, so they announced this elimination chamber match, and like Shane is just there to like kind of promote it, I guess. Kind of just ask rhetorical, oh, Adam Pearce, tell us who's in the match, Adam Pearce. Oh, Adam Pearce, you're doing such a great job. Like, what's the point of him being here? You know, you figure if you're gonna have Shane McMahon return, you would do something better than just this with him. Like, they're like, oh, Adam Pearce is doing. That's such a great match that he made. Yeah, because you know, who would have thought of making an elimination chamber match at the elimination chamber pay per view? I mean, such a just revolutionary, great idea that is. You know, like who would have thought of that, right? Um, so I don't really get what Shane's purpose was on the show, other than to just waste him. Just a really weird, just an opening promo, just to really announce a match. Nothing really was done here. Um, then AJ Styles comes out for a 2 minute promo for whatever fucking reason. Kind of weird, kind of pointless, kind of a shitty way to start off the show. Then we have Styles defeating Jeff Hardy. I thought this would have been a better match, um, but it was just kind of boring, honestly. You know, I don't know why they have Jeff Hardy in this company even. He's been caught with drugs or alcohol about 18 times now. Um, so yeah, kind of just a boring match. I thought this match would have been a little bit better. Then we have the New Day defeating Retribution. The New Day used to be this great tag team when they first started. They started really shitty as baby faces, but then they turned them heel, and they were a very good tag team, very entertaining. Now you just got two guys out there because I guess Biggie Langston's on his singles career. Now I don't know. It's just not the same as it once was. You got fucking Kofi Kingston out there humping the ropes. I mean, I don't know. It's time to move on from the New Day. They've been a thing now for what 7, 8 years. Like, okay, time to move on. Time to do something different. Um, so I mean, this was an all right match, but it's like, where is this feud going between? It's like you just got two guys facing each other every week. It's like, oh, now we got Xavier Woods versus Slapjack. Now Xavier Woods versus T-Bar. Now they're fighting each other as a tag team. Like, where is this feud going? It's going nowhere, and it's pretty fucking boring to me. This Retribution tag team has been a disaster from day one. They're a wannabe Nexus, and they're not good at all. They're fucking goofs. Um, then we got this is stupid. So they had a little feature on the show too, where they were giving the Tampa Bay Buccaneers a WWE title. How fucking retarded is this? Whenever a sports team wins a championship, they send them a WWE title. That is the dumbest thing in the world. Why? They didn't win a WWE title, WWE. They won the fucking Super Bowl. So why are you sending them a WWE title for winning a Super Bowl? Do you think fucking Tom Brady wants a fucking WWE championship for winning the Super Bowl? No, he wants a fucking Super Bowl ring. How fucking dorky is this? That WWE is whoring for attention by sending people WWE championship belts that didn't even win a WWE title. I mean, it's so stupid and it's so cringeworthy. I'm sure Tom Brady's really gonna hang that title in his fucking trophy room. Yeah, that's probably gonna. I mean, it's just so stupid. You got Triple H tweeting out, "Oh, here's your WWE title, Tampa Bay." Yeah, because I'm sure that's really what they won the Super Bowl, but I'm sure their number one prize in their minds is that WWE title. So stupid. Then we have Charlotte and Lacey Evans cutting a promo. Not much going on here. I really, I was kind of excited for this, little Ric Flair storyline at the beginning. I thought they could have did a little comedic angle here with, Ric Flair being a ladies' man, in his old age. But they kind of moved away from that, probably because of the PG era. I don't really know where this feud is going. Not much of a promo here. You got Ric Flair, I guess, trying to play the middle ground, but I don't know. It's just, not doing it for me. Um, Again, I don't know where they're going with this feud. They're not really giving Ric Flair that much like promo. They actually gave him a little bit of promo time here, which I guess was good. But he's just kind of there. Like he's not really doing much. So I mean, we'll see where this angle heads. But it's really not gotten much headway in the last month or so. So then we have a match between Charlotte and Lacey Evans. It was an all right match. Again, nothing too special, nothing that really garnered my interest, but it was all right. Then we have Edge and Miz cutting a promo. It was a mediocre promo. I thought they should have given it another 5 or 10 minutes. I thought this could have been a really good promo. You know, Miz has some decent mic skills. Edge has some decent mic skills. They were getting somewhere with Edge saying like I'm an opportunist. I pick my spots, and he was really going after Miz for laying out his strategy. I thought that was a good promo, like a good idea for a longer promo, but then they just kind of ended it. I thought it could have been a longer promo. So then this leads to Damian Priest defeating a jobber. Just a boring, pointless match, like no point to it at all. And then you have, just a squash match. And then you have, once again, Bad Bunny being put over The Miz and Morrison. Like this Bad Bunny person is so fucking retarded. Why is he lingering around on Raw? There is no point for him to be on. There's no point to continually put a non-wrestler over actual wrestlers on Raw. I mean, I don't know why this Bad Bunny person is still around. He's fucking annoying. He's fucking stupid. And he's a non-wrestler. Somebody comment, Ruthless Ranter. He used to watch WWE. He's a WWE fan. I don't give a fuck. That doesn't qualify him to be on the show and being put over wrestlers. Like The Miz, who is your Money in the Bank. Then we have Keith Lee defeating Matt Riddle. This was really a match between two dorks, two goofs, two people with terrible gimmicks. You got fucking Matt Riddle, bro, shut the fuck up. It's not a good gimmick. And then you got Keith Lee, who is the worst big man, tough guy gimmick I've ever seen. I mean, he does a terrible job at making himself seem tough. Like, he just seems so dorky, so not tough. He talks in this really monotone, friendly voice. He's just not a good big guy gimmick. This was, however, a good match. I got to give credit where credit's due. This was a good match. But this is a problem with this company. They have good wrestlers. They have good, athleticism, good talent. But they can never develop characters. They can never develop gimmicks or storylines. They can never develop new stars. So it was a good match, but at the end of the day, these are two goofballs. And then after the match, Lashley attacks Keith Lee, which I thought was a good touch. Overall, this was a good segment. However, I still cannot take Keith Lee or Matt Riddle seriously. But, like I said, also a good touch with Lashley attacking Keith Lee after the match. Then we have Lana defeating Nia Jax. And I guess this was a tables match. It's like you got a tables match, which is no disqualification. You figure you would, involve like maybe a kendo stick or a steel chair or the steps or, something. But there's only one hardcore spot in this match. Like why? And that was just a really basic table spot with Nia Jax pretty much being shoved through a table. I mean, just like it was like a 5-minute match. You figure this would be a little bit longer, a couple more hardcore spots. You get a fucking jobber in Lana. Like, what has Lana done, since I've been watching Raw in the last 6 weeks? Hardly anything. So you get a jobber beating Nia Jax, who's like the monster character, right? Who just won your tag team titles. Like, why? Why are you putting a jobber over your tag team champion who just won the fucking belt? It didn't make any sense to me. And then this leads to a match between Shayna Baszler and... I think a bunch of snow just fell off my roof. but this leads to a match. I think it was Shayna Baszler and Naomi. Just another pointless, I think it was like a 3 or 4 minute match. Just a pointless match that did nothing for me. And then we get the main event. McIntyre versus Orton ending in a disqualification. pretty boring main event. They all Orton. He's a sadistic wrestler. He's a slow wrestler. That's kind of his gimmick, right? Well, to me, he is a slow wrestler, and I don't like his style of wrestling. It's very slow. It's very monotone, and I've never been a Randy Orton fan. You could make the argument he's got a decent character at times with his gimmick, but at the end of the day, he's a slow wrestler. Um, so, oh, and I do have to give credit to the Divas match, the Lana Nia Jax. I will give credit. That was a nice finisher, or a nice submission move by Nia Jax. I forgot to say that. I just want to give credit there where credit's due. That was a good little submission, that leg submission, and then throwing her head into the ropes. That was a nice submission. I just want to say that. Give credit where credit's due, right? But back to the main event. Like I said, a boring match. Pretty basic ending. Sheamus interferes and bro kicks Orton, and then Sheamus gets the Claymore kick. Really basic finish. Nothing exciting, nothing out of the ordinary, nothing surprising, nothing that made you go, holy shit. Just a pretty basic ending to the show. And you got Elimination Chamber in fucking 13 days, I guess. I guess it's the week after next. It's right there. It's 3 weeks after your last pay-per-view. I mean, how the fuck are you supposed to legitimately build to the Elimination Chamber in fucking, 2-3 weeks? That's not enough time, in my opinion, to build to a pay-per-view. I mean, you might as well just cut out this Elimination Chamber pay-per-view. They used to do, a Fastlane pay-per-view, or I think they did Roadblock, or whatever the fuck it was called. They always do this pay-per-view in between the Royal Rumble and WrestleMania, and in my opinion, it's pointless. Just cut out the fucking pay-per-view and work on mega building to WrestleMania. Make it a big build to WrestleMania. Make it seem important. I mean, it is WrestleMania after all. Just cut out this pay-per-view altogether and work towards building towards WrestleMania. That's what I would do. That's my opinion, but WWE has never done that. So I mean, we'll see what happens here, but and at the same time, you cannot legitimately build to this pay-per-view Elimination Chamber because you only got 3 Raws to build up to it. I mean, it's just not enough time, and to me, it doesn't make sense. So there you go, people. There's your Raw review. Let me know what you thought about it in the comments below. If you would like. But I mean, just looking at this show, you got a boring fucking champion in Drew McIntyre. I mean, just a basic, bland babyface. No entertainment value at all to me. You got a lot of goofballs on this show like Keith Lee and Matt Riddle. Edge, I guess, is a good part of the show. But in my opinion, you should be working on building new stars, not hanging on to the has-beens of the Attitude Era and the Ruthless Aggression Era. I mean, is this what they're going to do now? Now that the fucking Attitude Era people are in retirement homes, are they going to reach back to the Ruthless Aggression Era and pluck guys like Batista and Edge and Undertaker and keep using them? And Undertaker's an Attitude Era guy as well. But are they going to now reach down? I heard they got Christian maybe now. Is this what they're going to do? Are they going to have Carlito in the main events now? Now that you got fucking now that the Attitude Era guys are approaching 60, or so who the fuck knows what they're gonna do? But Edge is in the main event. I mean, again, it's cool to see Edge back and all, but at the same time, you got to be building new stars for the future. AJ Styles is a great talent, but he's just wandering around with a fucking big ass black guy. What is he doing? Why don't you put him in the main event? Why don't you make him seem like an intricate part of this show? But he's just kind of there. He's just kind of a mid-carder now. He's in the Elimination Chamber match, but he's gonna lose. There's no, I guess it's good that he's in the match, but he seems like a mid-carder. So there you go, people. There's my Raw review.